Buckeyes ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Ducks offense will go on the attack first. And when these two guys are in sync the way they were a week ago, just a nightmare. It's a performance they hope they can repeat this week, Jesse.
I think a big key in that last game was they linked up a couple times early, had some big plays, and then after that, David, it didn't seem like the quarterback was looking anywhere else. They're going to try and establish that connection and that rhythm early in this one.
And defensively, where is the big fella? Like, I got to identify where he is every single snap and give him some extra attention. So if I route him at the line of scrimmage and be physical, have that safety help over the top, I'm not letting him beat me.
Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. Moore trying to get everyone on the same page. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the first down.
I love the third down defense. I love the defense understanding passing situation, dropping back, keeping everything in front of them, and then breaking on the football. In order to do this and be great on third down, you got to do one thing really well. You've got to come up and make that tackle, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. And here's the name everyone recognizes, Bo Jackson. He's coming off a 100-yard game and a couple of touchdowns in their last win. Offense in a bunch formation.
I got to tell you, I've been really impressed watching this team, and specifically the offense now during this win streak.
There he goes. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Wide receiver going in motion. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Back open in the middle. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. And the Buckeyes come to the line trying to convert on 4th down. 4th down, Sayin. They're working that left side. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. The Buckeyes are marching down the field. The run inside. It's Jackson. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. It's Sayin. Moves away as he feels pressure. Firing to the right, complete. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. The Buckeyes lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down. They converted 4th down earlier on this drive, and now they'll try it again. Hauls it in, the first down and more.
Well, it's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a two-shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decided to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown.
Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Running inside, it's Davison. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively. On
the run, it's Hill. Sweet cut there. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark it down at the 27. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. To the ground to try to move the chains. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. And the Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Now here's more. It's complete to the right. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Last completion picked up a couple. Here comes 2nd and 8. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. Nowhere to go. Same song, second verse, as this defense is ready for this guy. Moore from the gun on third down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And that's absolutely going to be one of the keys to this football game. Keep the rabbit in the cage, man. Don't let him get outside that pocket, start bouncing out wide. That's where he'll do a lot of his damage with all that speed. That is a big key for this defense. Great job here early in the football game.
They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Here's Sayin to throw. Quick completion on the out route. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The run inside. It's Jackson.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the second quarter. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Sayin from the gun on third down. On target to the left. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
And he's been the go-to guy all year long. Like, he's in the top 5 in all of college football receiving yards for a reason. They're going to find him because he's always open, making plays. This dude has been
just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. And the Buckeyes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Snagged out of the air. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And this offense stays aggressive, and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, 3rd and short, I'd love for you to run it, be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
Quickly to the tight end. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Sayin back to the air. Quick strike complete. He'll be stopped at the 6-yard line, but what a job picking up yardage after the catch. The Buckeyes aren't threatening on 1st and goal. Motion from the back. Julian with the play fake. Broken up, incomplete, and nearly intercepted in the end zone. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The run up the middle, trying to find its way to the goal line. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. You can't afford to squander these opportunities once you get into the red zone. Twice they've been denied. Here's 3rd and goal. He'll be stopped short. It'll bring up 4th down as this defense makes a play.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Paul.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
They've already converted once on 4th down on this drive. They are under, and he surges across the line. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And the head coach is going to keep going for it on 4th down because his offense responds like that. Your coach gives you the ultimate vote of confidence. Down on the goal line, we're going for it. I believe in you guys to execute and get us in the end zone, and they pay it off. Phenomenal job up front by the offensive line. You love to see a team respond to their coach's confidence.
He'll bring it out. It's Bear. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Running inside, it's Davison. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. The Ducks have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Pulls it and fires to the left. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a 1st down at the 29. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Timeout signal for by the Buckeyes. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. They'll start this one from the 29 on 1st down. Dante Moore finds his man.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a 1st down. Clock stopped. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. Moore will throw. Pulls it in. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Makes the grab. Tackled after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The linebacker was not fooled at all. He read his keys. He saw the running back release out of the backfield. He's got some speed and wheels himself to run with them. And, yeah, the running back made the catch, but he went right down to the ground. Really nice job that time by the linebacker.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Dante Moore wants to throw again. He'll pull it down. And slides a little early and short, and now it's going to be 4th down. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Throw it, say it. Fires to the big fella. They get him down at the 36. It will be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's Sayin. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Throwing more. Pressure coming. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. On the run from inside his own 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. As they get ready to start this third quarter, think how big the... Turning it on! That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. That's a way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. They'll ride the hot hand, and they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Say it. Quickly complete. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
And the Buckeyes come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Might as well give it to him again. Picks up the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. Going to the ground. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
It's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Dumps it off in the flats. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking for a crease, it's Jackson. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. The Buckeyes pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. At the line of scrimmage, but they won't snap it here. They're going to use the timeout instead. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Say it. Looking for the goal line. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. They worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. Sayin from the gun on 3rd down. Touchdown, Ohio State. Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone. That's the first score of the day for the nation's leader in receiving touchdowns. And wait just a second, the official's going to take a second look at this one. That touchdown was a clinic in keeping your offense on the field and wearing the other defense out.
Sometimes your best defense is your own offense, being able to stay on the field. You're absolutely right, Reese. That was a clinic. Penalties, no turnovers. It doesn't get any better than that last drive.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. Moore trying to get everyone on the same page. Quickly complete. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. And the Ducks will punt this one away. Makes a nice grab at the 25. They stop him immediately, flying down the field, and get to him before he can even get started. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough.
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30. Moore. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Tight end now in motion. Moore to the air. Just a short pass to the tight end.
Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He's going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job clamping down on him. That is only his second catch so far in this game.
He's going to come up a couple of yards short in the first down. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. And this one splits the uprights. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Looking for room. It's Jackson. Still on his feet at the 35. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Motion from the wideout. Here's Julian saying to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Play fake, Julian Sayed. Quarterback moving. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive, but now a couple of incompletions leaves them in a hole. Makes the grab over the middle. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
This is not leather helmet era football. This is analytics. Around midfield, 4-down territory.
Again, it's Sayed. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. And the Buckeyes are rolling down the field. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jackson. And it's a fumble on the play.
That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go?
At least they fell on it. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. The Buckeyes kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Makes the grab. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. And here comes the offense on second down. Gonna run it. It's Jackson. And again finds nowhere to run. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage this time. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. After swapping ends in the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Saying from the gun on third down. Got his man down the middle. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. And now there's a stoppage for an injured Buckeye. Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on fourth down. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
That was such a risky call. With the lead late in the game, to go for it on fourth down, that could have been disaster if they don't get it. But with the conversion, now the question, is that enough to ice this thing and win the game?
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Here's Sayin to throw. Looking to the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Buckeye! This team just knows how to finish. They keep getting better and better and better, and they are close to going 9-0.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again, and with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score in the season.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-6. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. Fielded in the end zone. It's fair. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. And now let's see if they can pull this one out. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the fourth quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to...
Could be an alley. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Moore with the play fake. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Clock is under 4 minutes as they come to the line for second down. Here's Moore to throw. It's complete on the right side. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The Ducks in the hurry-up. Ohio State calls its second timeout. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Now here's Moore. Fires left. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. Final timeout called by the Buckeyes. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Moore will throw. Fires to the wideout. And his throw is incomplete. Sometimes a quarterback just needs to turn the ball loose. It was like he tried to guide that one in, and it disrupted the timing.
Yeah, and just like in basketball, when you shoot a shot and you start trying to aim it, you really, really miss. You know, quarterbacks, they got to quickly be able to recognize, do I need to fire it? Do I need to put a little air underneath it? And it's just a tough thing for a quarterback to be able to do, but over time, you see they have less and less mishaps like that.
On the gun, on 3rd down, Dante Moore. Looking for a big gain. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back, up by 2 scores. The run inside. It's Jackson. Not much room to run. Give him 1 to the 7th.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Throw it. Say it. Going to try to pop one on the screen. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter.
And that's a really good play by this defense because you want to run a screen offensively when they're blitzing. When they bring pressure, you can throw it right over the top, get it to them, get some space, but they stayed home just enough there to make the play and get the tackle for a loss.
Got his man. They'll mark him down at the 17, and that'll be enough to move the chains. Now Oregon will call its 2nd timeout. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to pass. It's Sayin. Makes the catch. Final timeout taken here by the Ducks. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. Short pickup of 4 on 1st down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now 3rd down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock, but the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
Bully ball on 3rd and short. Maybe a crease. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the 1st down. They'll mark it right at midfield. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Running inside. It's Cross. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
give on the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the fourth down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big fourth down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Dante Moore. Pocket breaking down. Blasted as he lets it go.
This offense hasn't had a ton of success today. It's because I think of some of the issues in the passing game. They've never had the rhythm. Protection has been a bit spotty and iffy. Quarterback's got to raise his level of play here late in this 2-minute situation if they're going to get the win.
He's knocked down, short gain, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement.